We've spent about £18,000 and we've made about 190 back. It's the most profitable ads I've ever seen or ran in my entire career. I sacrificed my health, I sacrificed my friends and family, I sacrificed peace. I would just wake up, work all day, drink and watch CEO interviews and podcasts and go to bed every day for that 7 years. Like, it's mad that I'm still alive. Honestly, I truly believe these businesses are really pretty simple. You just make YouTube videos, send the traffic to a VSL, let people book calls. That is really all you've got to do to make millions of dollars.
Will, welcome to the Masters of Lead Generation podcast. We've been yapping for a little bit. Now we're going to finally start filming it.
Let's go.
So I've got a few questions for you today. That's why I'm in your beautiful home here in Bali. Thank you for having me. First question is, in 2023, you sold your e-learning company for multiple 7 figures. I just want to get it right. And now you're scaling your next company. First question, what are you doing differently this time?
Everything.
Great. Expand. End podcast.
Yeah, so really the last business, I built a bit of a Frankenstein that in the end, honestly, I felt trapped. It was a really weird feeling. So that business, I mean, we just had a massive team, which I really just didn't like. I didn't like hiring, firing, ramping, training, managing. We were super reliant on paid ads and we were struggling to, keep it going, similar to what you were talking about a second ago. It was like just shoveling fuel onto a fire that was like slowly kind of going out, I guess you could say. And I just felt like I'd taken that business as far as I physically could. It's really weird, across the 6 years, from zero to the end of that company when I sold it. I remember the person that bought it said to me, Will, you're really good at going 0 to 1, but you're not good at going 1 to 2. And I am good at going 1 to 2. That's why I want to buy it. And that's why I wanted to sell it as well. Because I just felt burned out. I didn't like the industry anymore. I was starting to resent the team. I was starting to resent the customers. I was struggling to keep managing it and growing it. I'd got a bit lazy as well because I'd really got everything that I ever wanted, which was also a weird component of it as well. I was like, well, why carry on if I've got everything that I ever wanted? And I started to think, like, what do I enjoy? And honestly, what I enjoyed was just talking about business. And I wasn't doing that at all because I didn't have a personal brand. I didn't have any social media. I was just kind of behind the scenes running this company. And yeah, when I sold it, I just wanted a fresh start. And my plan was to have a 1-person business, no team, no ads, just make a few YouTube videos for fun, hopefully get a few consulting clients, make 30K, 50K a month, and just chill on my own. And that is kind of what I did and what I got. That worked well. And then I had a YouTube video that blew up. And then I got loads of people asking to work with me. I had way too many sales calls, so I hired a couple of reps to help me. And then it all just started going again from there. And then I've ended up building another fucking company now. So,
Oops.
oops.
And you're not scaling that with paid ads, which we'll talk about in a second. We'll unpack that.
Yeah.
But what are you making sure you don't do? What mistakes are you avoiding?
Yeah.
Because you've got the hindsight of the other company.
Yeah, I've learned so a lot. That first business was like, it was like a testing ground for what I liked, what I didn't like, what I accidentally did. It taught me a lot. Like, I needed that first business to teach me what to do and what not to do. So I tried to keep this business organic. We've only just started running paid ads about 6 weeks ago, which has been a whole nother story. I can tell you about that. It's disgustingly profitable. But really the focus for this business has been, it has to be fun. It has to be as profitable and simple as possible with the smallest team possible. And the model now is basically a much higher price, but way less customers and way more hands-on. So I do a lot of one-to-one consulting with people and in-person stuff. So it's just simpler and leaner and better and more fun and more longevity. It's just better in every way.
It's better because it's what you want, right? And I think a lot of people struggle to figure out
Yeah.
what what they actually want.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't scaled to your size. I was telling you just before, we've been doing the business. I run it with my partner about 3 years. We're in our 4th year. And we started this in lockdown. And it was like, we called it Operation Freedom. So we're really into life design. We would go away and like design our life. What do we want? And in Melbourne, we were like very horrifically locked down. That's why I don't live there anymore. I rage quit. So we were like, okay, what do we want? And one day we were like, we want freedom, complete autonomy, complete freedom. We sold all of our shit and we were like, let's pack our lives into a suitcase and the business needs to match our life. That's it. Like we always knew that the business has to match our life. I would say that compared to like some of like the 22-year-old guy stories and they're like, I'm making $500,000 a month and blah, blah, blah. Maybe we're slower. I mean, we're still doing over $1 million a year, but I think the most important thing I've ever figured out is to know what I want and to like build the business to match that, not the other way around, and not wait until the business unlocks some sort of monetary, because like I know like I'll make millions of dollars, whatever, but I don't know if I'll die tomorrow. Do you know what I mean?
I'm shaking my head because like I wish that I'd done that sooner. Honestly, the first company was literally just at the cost of everything, how much money can I make? That was it. And I sacrificed my health. I sacrificed my friends and family. I sacrificed peace. I was mad stressed on every day. Honestly, I was just wake up, work all day, drink and watch CEO interviews and podcasts and go to bed every day for like 7 years.
Wow.
Like, it's mad that I'm still alive. Like, honestly, it's just crazy. So it was good because it got me the money, which is really what I wanted for that first season, but it didn't get me anything else, you know. And then after I sold the company, then I was like, because I was starting to think, I wish I could. I mean, I remember thinking, I was sat in the cafe in the building that I lived in, writing in my journal, thinking, you know, what do I want now? And I've ticked the money box. So I asked myself this question: if I had 100 million in cash and I never had to work again, what would I do with my day? And then I wrote down like talk about business and help people to build these businesses because I just love building them. And I thought, right, well, I'm not doing that. And I started setting some goals, like just more life stuff and peace stuff. And then I started to go in a more constructive direction, really, with more of a focus on the life that I want to build rather than just how much cash can I accumulate, you know?
For me, and again, I'm not on your level, but I'm at a level where I don't want for anything, right? Like and especially like living in Bali, you can have a very great lifestyle. I've got investments. If I never worked again, I wouldn't be balling, but I would be fine. And I think some people are very driven by money. I'm not personally motivated by money. And I think you have to find a stronger why outside of yourself. So for you, like you had this business and then I think you like reluctantly started another one. So like, what's your why? Because I would imagine you probably don't need to work anymore, right?
Yeah. The why, honestly, I was thinking, someone asked me this great question. They said, right, think about what you did as a kid before you knew money existed.
Yeah.
And those were good times. Before I knew money existed, I would just like skateboard for fun, do graffiti for fun, make music and play music for fun. And I just love creating and designing and building things. And to be honest, that helped me a lot with building the business and writing the ads and making the videos and building the funnels and the graphics and design and stuff. So that really helped with the business stuff. But yeah, I was just thinking, I want to go back to just mainly having fun, basically. And then I was thinking, well, what do I enjoy? I enjoy spending time with people and talking about business and money and wealth and investment and funnels and copy and stuff. So I was like, well, I'll make a YouTube channel and just talk, and it'll probably get me some clients. And I will, back then I was doing like just 5K a month for an hour a week. And I was like, I'll probably get a few clients. I'll make enough money to be fine. I'd bought an apartment outright with cash. I didn't have any debt. I had like good cash reserves and investments and stuff to kind of make sure I was fine. And that was the plan. And then the YouTube channel blew up, which I actually didn't plan for. I never thought I'll have a massive YouTube channel. I didn't think I could really, I don't know. I didn't even think I could really do that. But then one video blew up. We booked like hundreds of sales calls And then I had too many clients. Then I had to raise the price. Then I had to hire closers to help with the call volume. And then an assistant. And then it just became what it is today. But I kept it how I want it, if that makes sense. So like, I kind of made up a new model. I was like, forget what the market wants. Forget what people want. Like, what do I want? And I was like, well, I want to coach people one-to-one. I want to charge a monthly fee instead of like having a 3 to 6 month program and stuff like that. And it just worked really well. And I didn't want to make high production videos. I was like, I just don't want to do it. So I just didn't do it. And it all kind of really worked in my favor, really. So it's a bit of what I want. It's a bit of fun. It's a bit of luck, that kind of thing that's brought me to where we are now.
That's awesome. That question that somebody asked you, it's out of Robert Greene's book, Mastery. Have you ever read that?
I haven't.
I've read half of it, so I won't profess to have read the whole thing. I'm getting through it and doing the exercises. But I do believe that everyone has like a gift to share, right? Or something that they can help people with. And it comes back to like, before the world trampled you down, like what did you lose time in? Like what were you like naturally inclined to enjoy? For me, like I fucking love funnels. Like literally all I do, like even when my partner and I met, I would go to his house like a date night. We would drink red wine and break down infomercials.
I love that.
Like shit like that. We like read Dan Kennedy, like study Dan Kennedy on the weekends. And do you know what mistake I made recently? Like, you know, I was saying like, yeah, like build a business around my life. But it's very easy. I think like the big thing that distracts people is not greed. It's like envy, right? And so I'm in these masterminds of these people that are fucking awesome. They've got huge businesses. And I didn't necessarily want that, but I felt like I should want it maybe. And I started to like lose my direction. And then I started scaling. So we had 3 pods. I brought in a sales team. But what I realized I was doing is I was building the business that I knew how to build, not the one that I actually wanted. And so do you know how dumb this is? I'm like reading all these books. I'm reading the E-Myth and it's like, you shouldn't be the person doing the work. You shouldn't be like blah, blah, right? And this is obviously leading to a question about you and not just a ramble, but it's like, it's like, okay. I was like, okay, I've got to be a business person. I was like hiring, HR, fucking stuff. And I was like, I hate this. And do you know what was happening? I was literally talking to Matt, my partner, and I was like, oh, like I need to find a hobby. Like I need to find a hobby. And one day I was like, my hobby's funnels. I just want to do marketing. And so we stopped bringing on these like $3,000, $4,000 a month clients, profit shares, big clients, scaling clients, ones that I'm excited to work on. And it makes sense for me economically to work on. And instead of having lots of clients trying to hit 10 mil, give or take, it's like, why don't I just have 10 and they each pay me $100,000 and I get to work on the cool shit I want. And so my question is, or my point for you to answer is, you do the work, but that's like not conventional. Conventional wisdom is hire people to do it. Like you're a bit of a sucker if you're doing the work. You're not a real business owner.
Yeah.
So talk to me a bit about that decision to like, you sound very hands-on.
100%. I mean, we call it, it's kind of tongue in cheek, but we call it Unscalable Consulting, like what we do. And yeah, I love doing the exact opposite of what people say. So people say traditionally, have a course, do group coaching, keep it scalable and scale it very far, usually with paid ads. But I've kind of done that in the old business, and the further I scaled, the lower the profit margin. And I realized at one stage, I was looking at the P&Ls and I was like, man, we were making about the same profit when we were at about 300K less a month as we are now. But now we've got management to pay for and this thing, all the infrastructure. And I started to think like, you know, what would happen if I didn't build the big team that people say and run all the paid ads that people say and stuff like that. And I just love kind of proving people wrong. You know, I like to do shit where people say don't do it. And that's part of the reason I wanted to sell my last company, because just a lot of people said that it couldn't be done. You know, a lot of...
Sale?
Yeah. Yeah. So there were some pretty big guys that said to me, you can't sell an info business. You can't sell a personal brand driven coaching business. But one of my mentors had said that you could. And I believed my mentor more than him. And then I tried, and then obviously I did it. But it felt nice to be right. And it kind of, what I'm doing now, more and more people that have those scalable group coaching programs some of the big names have started coming to me and being like, Will, like, what are you doing? And I tell them, and they start changing their whole model because they can see, listen, yes, you've got to do consulting. You've got to put your own time into it. But for me, it's worth it because you can charge so much more and people want the founder.
Yeah.
Because one of our offers, the one-to-one, is anytime calls with me, anytime calls with my entire team, a WhatsApp group with us all in it for anytime chat, and the training program, you know, and we charge $10,000 a month for it. And I think it's just the best model ever. You know, I wish that my mentors had that. I would have loved to buy that. And when I was designing this business, I thought, like, what would I want to buy? And that was what I wanted to buy. So I was like, well, if I would want that, well, let me give that to people. Basically, that's kind of how I designed the business. I just thought, what do I want and what do I think, you know, I would want from somebody else?
Excuse me. Have you got a cap with how many people like you can have hitting up your phone and lighting up your WhatsApp?
No.
No?
No.
Do you think you'll find one?
Yeah. So
one day.
we've started to get there a bit recently. Yeah. So we had our second biggest ever month last month. It was about 580 cash with 461 net profit for July. And I was talking to my operations director. He was like, Will, are you okay? Is WhatsApp okay? Are the calls okay? I was like, yeah, I'm good. He was like, when do you think it will not be good? And I think it will be I reckon about 900 a month is where I think we'll start to run into problems. So, and we're on the way up there now. So we'll see in a few months. We'll see. Yeah.
What's your end goal for this business? Do you have one, or is it just you're letting it unfold naturally?
Well, I would say probably my biggest goal is I want to become a billionaire. Not really for the money, but just for the challenge. It's just such a massive goal. And to achieve that is just like, you've got to be so good. And it takes so much time and effort and thought and planning and strategy. And I think if you can get there, it's just like an amazing puzzle to have solved, you know, and I want to solve that puzzle. So a lot of my, this business is basically a cash flow vehicle to invest in the things that will allow me to get to that goal, basically. So I don't want to sell this company because we're doing about 6.5 million net profit a year right now. It just, you know, sometimes you don't see your own stuff. You need someone to tell you.
People often think the exit needs to be the goal, and then, but then what?
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're just going to start another business from scratch, and unless that's your shtick. But similar to us when we've thought about, okay, we're going to like build this thing, and when I was doing the scaling thing, I'm like, I'm going to build it to sell it, and I'm going to have this sick exit. And then part of my journey was, why would I give away this machine that I built, which is the hardest problem that any business can basically solve, which is marketing? I'll just start getting equity in businesses, doing what I'm already starting to do, come into profit share. I'll start, like, that's a much stronger vehicle. And like, why would you don't have to sell it, right? And I think often people sell it because they build something that they want to get out of. So I was just like, well, how do I build something I don't want to get out of and can pay me money every single year? So for you, when you hit your billionaire status, do you think becoming a billionaire will make you happy?
No.
Or is it more like who you want to become along the way and like the journey of the challenges?
Yeah, I know by now money does not make you happy. I know it doesn't make you happy. Like, I think when my net worth passed 8 figures, I thought it'd be some big special thing, you know, and I didn't even tell anybody. I didn't even tell anyone when that happened, because I don't know, it's just a weird feeling. I was like, this really is not what it's about. It's great to buy nice things and be secure and be able to fly and travel. Like, that is where the value is, like control, really. But I know that money doesn't make you happy past a certain point. So for me, the focus is like just, I really like building things and achieving things. You know, I really like building stuff and I really like achieving stuff. So it's not about the money, it's just about the achievement. You know, it's like a nice feeling. It's like almost, I think because I was so unsuccessful when I was a kid and I just wasn't special and I wasn't particularly good at anything, you know, my friends were better skateboarders, my friends were better at graffiti, my friends were better at music, But business is the first thing where I've actually been like quite good and better than like maybe most people. And it's quite an intoxicating feeling to just do cool shit and just big stuff where people are like, wow, that's really mad that you've done that. And I just like that feeling, you know. So I know that the money ain't going to make me happy, but I think the achievement and the journey of putting it together and especially sharing that with other people as well. This is why I love YouTube and I love working with clients, because I just love when they don't know what they're doing and we have a call and then they do know what they're doing and they're like, dude, it worked. You know, it's just such a cool feeling to give people a breakthrough. It's really very fulfilling. It makes me feel happy and warm when I help people, you know, so that's kind of what I'm chasing, really.
What size businesses are you typically helping?
Well, 60% of the people we work with are beginners.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that surprises me. It surprises people that ask me that question. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. So it's really 0 up to, I think the biggest guys are 3 to 500-ish K a month ish, and they want to go a bit further. So 60% beginners, 40% people already going between about 30 a month and $500,000 a month ish.
And what's the biggest problem you see across, like, is there like one big thing that everyone's getting wrong across that portfolio of people?
The price is a big one. Yeah, people never know what to charge or why or how. I had to like make a paradigm to help people understand price. So price is a big one.
Pause on that. How do you help somebody to think about their price?
Oh, it's easy. So what you do, there's 3 things. So number 1, if somebody works with you today, what's the average amount of money that they'll have made after 12 months? You get that figure. And then usually I want to charge about 10 to 15% of that like 12-month value. That's number 1. Number 2, what's the affordability of the avatar that you sell to? So what kind of liquidity do they generally have? And number 3, what do you want to charge? Disregard everything. What do you want to charge? And then I try and draw a line through those 3 to find like the value pricing, the affordability, and what you want to charge. And when you can get it in the middle, it's the best thing in the world. You know, so that's like the exercise that I get people to do. And it generally works quite well to do that. So that's a big thing, is price. Another thing is copywriting. People are not good at ads and VSLs. They're just not smart and creative, because it's usually the smart creative stuff that converts the best, but it's quite hard. You've kind of got it or you haven't, I think, when it comes to copy. It's really hard to teach good copywriting, in my opinion. So pricing, copy, and I would say it's worry and self-doubt. You know, people come to me and they're like, I want to start a YouTube channel. Well, I'm like, well, fucking make a video then. You know, they're like, oh, but I can't because I don't have a camera, I don't have a script, I can't think of titles, I don't have an editor, so I'm not going to do it. I'm like, just do it. Get your fucking phone. I mean, I used to use my iMac built-in camera, and that got me like 1 million bloody views with a shit mic, you know. So a lot of it is just convincing people to do it, basically, and get out their own bloody way. Just stuff like that.
Yeah, with the YouTube thing, I've been doing YouTube for a couple of years, maybe like 20K subs, but like that's like been the driver of our whole business. So while we're traveling, I just sit down in front of a camera, record about landing pages and funnels, boom, someone finds me. That's like the circle to step into, right? But my first videos, we have this thing in our business, Matt and I call it's just throw the backpack over the fence. Once you get your backpack over, you're going to have to climb the fence and go and get it. So I was like, fuck this. I'm going to throw the backpack over the fence. My first videos, the webcam is so bad that we couldn't even go full screen. So there's like a border around my videos. Bad. I'm not wearing makeup. I'm probably about 10 kilos heavier because I taught Matt how to bake in lockdowns. And he really took advantage of that.
Big mistake.
Big mistake. And we learned how to make cocktails. And I'm not wearing any makeup, but I'm spitting facts. Like and I know I have information to share that will help people. And I look not good. I look like Matt's off camera, like, perform, bitch. Like, talk about funnels. Like, you start bad. Like, that's just the thing. Like, you don't just come out of the womb good.
Yeah.
It's a journey. And everybody is so afraid of the journey.
Yeah.
Just be cringe and know that on the other side. And that's why I think it's having that why that's bigger than you, right? Like mine was like, I want to help people. Like I'm really good at what I do. I know when someone watches this and the messages that I get, it's like, that's good. Like keep doing it.
Yeah. That's, you've got such good analogies. I like your little things that you say, you know,
I'm a marketer, man.
Yeah. You can, again, it's like you've got it or you haven't, but
Yeah.
it's, yeah, I mean, look, I can understand it. It's fear. We've all got fear of something, and I can understand it, to be honest. People are scared of looking bad or people seeing it and calling them names and shit. I can understand it, you know, but it's just not as, honestly, I truly believe like these businesses are really pretty simple. You just make YouTube videos, send the traffic to a VSL, let people book calls, close the calls for the right price and help them. That is really all you've got to do to make millions of dollars. It really is, you know.
Provide value, right? But
Yeah.
then the money's the byproduct.
Yeah.
I know I've got caught up before trying to be successful instead of being valuable, right? And like you're like trying to like hit these different goals, kind of like optimizing for the ego, trying to do these things. And it's like, if you just provide value and you change someone's life, you get paid. And then the bigger the problem you solve, the more you get paid. The better the market that you serve, the more you get paid. And trying to find those markets.
100%. Have you ever found this as well? I've found that when I try really hard, or when clients try really hard, everything it just doesn't work. And when you just like, fuck it, just get that video out there, or just, I don't even care whether I close this call, or fuck it, then it all comes together. Have you ever found that?
Yes, totally. Because it's like force versus flow, right?
Yeah.
Depends how like spiritual you are, but it's like
Yeah.
if you're pushing against the audience, if you're gripping the steering wheel instead of letting like the things to unfold naturally, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I literally just came off the back of that. And a big lesson that I've had recently is like the decisions I make now, I will pay for in 6 months. Because I'm like untangling, because I'm like, I'm at the start of my journey. I try to give myself a lot of grace. I was traveling out of a suitcase full time, you know, around Italy and stuff, a lot of my business. And it's like, okay, now I'm doing it properly. But then I made some dumb fucking decisions and then I pay for them now. So, because you've probably made a lot more dumb decisions, and I say that in a positive way, because the only way to make as much money as you had is to fail so many times until you find the winners. Now, how do you like, do you have like a decision-making framework? Like what are some of the ways, you probably don't even realize it, but some of the ways you think and that like helps you to make better decisions, right?
Yeah, I do. Some of them are conscious, some of them are unconscious. Like, you know, one of them is, this is a very simple one, but if it's not a fuck yes, it's a no, is a very simple one that I'm sure a lot of people have heard of, but it's very true. It's quite hard to action that sometimes, because sometimes you just overthink. So that certainly helps. Another thing is just, sometimes my mind gets a bit busy and I'm like, God, what should I work on this? Should I work on this? Should I do this? I need to do this. I just get my journal, write down everything that I've got to do or everything that I'm working on. And just, I write everything down in one list, and then I rank them in order of importance on a second list, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then forget everything apart from number 1 and just get number 1 done all in. Do not stop until it's done. When it's done, cross it off, only number 2. Get it done, only number 3. That really helps me. And often clients come to me, they're like, well, I'm confused, I'm overwhelmed. What should I do? What should I work on? I'm like, do the list, do the priority list, just do them one by one. So that really helps often as well. And do you know what an alchemy of self document is?
Yes, I call it an OS, like my operating system.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like all the ingredients that make you, right? And like how to think and your values. Is that?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Like I got it off Sam Ovens back in the day.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, who you want to be as a person, your values, like your goals in order, like one by one, and, you know, how you make decisions. Like one thing that I've written in that. So one of my biggest dreams when I lived in Dubai was to buy this dream apartment that I wanted. I knew exactly which one I wanted. And when I had the money, I saw one and I just bought it immediately. I didn't overthink it. I was like, that's the one I want. And I bought it and I was like, done. I bought it so fast. I saw it and I was like, yes, bought. And then there was other properties that I've bought where I was like, oh shit, do I really want it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I want it, but can I really afford it? Should I really use the money? But I've seen this other one. And honestly, when it's not right, I spend weeks trying to convince myself to do it. And I've noticed that behavior. Well, one of my mentors noticed it once and he was like, Will, you told me when you bought that one, you saw it and you bought it immediately, you didn't even think. But this one you're telling me that you want, you've spent 6 weeks doing pros and cons lists and looking at 7 others and shit. You don't want that. If you wanted it, you would buy it. You don't want it. I was like, wow. I couldn't even see that for myself. And it's the same with team members. When you're like, should I fire them? No, they're good. But they were good back in March though. But yeah, they're not that good now, but they are good. I mean, they get along with the manager. But no, fucking fire them.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up and fire them, you know. You actually know. You know so much stuff. But you don't, you've got to learn the how you know, what you do good and bad. You know, and you can only really learn that from self-awareness, making the mistakes, sometimes having somebody else to look at it for you, that kind of thing. So those are some of the ways that I've learned to make mistakes.
That's the thing, you need to be in the arena to get the reference experience.
Yeah.
But going back to that fear, a lot of people are too scared to even get into the arena and to fail, right? And so going back to that fear then, because everybody feels fear, I guess.
Yeah.
Some manifest different for others. For you, what do you do? Like, do you even feel it often? Do you feel fear? How does it manifest? How do you know that you're feeling fear? And then what do you do?
Yeah, you know what's funny? I don't know why, but I used to be really nervous about podcasts, right? And I used to just I had to convince myself so much to do them, like meditate on the taxi in the way there. Like, it was horrible. But just the more that I did, like with every next one, I got less nervous, and more confident. And now it just doesn't even faze me at all. You know, it's just a fun conversation. I love it, right? So honestly, exposure therapy, you know, and it's the same with masterminds as well. Like when I started a mastermind, I only did 8 people because I was scared. I was just scared to do more. I was like, no, any more than 8, I'd be too scared. I won't do it. I'll pussy out last minute. So I did 8 people. And I was so scared, I didn't even stand up. I sat down with the people, you know, and a couple of people commented, they were like, why did you sit down? And I was like, well, I was just shitting myself. I just couldn't, I was too scared to stand up in the room, you know. So I did 8 people and sat down. Then I did 12 people and stood up. Then I did like 20 people and stood up. And then like 25, then 35. And now we do 50.
Wow.
And now I'm still a little bit nervous, but a lot less. I'm like good to go now. So it's just baby steps, and exposure.
And a lot of it's just your own perception, right? Like the stories you tell yourself. And so it's like, I think one thing that while I've been traveling and becoming the person, like you don't just build a $10 million, $20 million business. You have to be the person who can do that, right? And if I could do that, I would already have an 8-figure business. So like I have to become the person that can do that. So how do you close that gap? Who do you need to become? And a big part is just the stories you tell yourself. And for me, a lot of it, it's limiting beliefs, but it's taking the time to like notice them and rewrite them, because we have these like invisible scripts running so much of our life that we don't even realize, right? So especially like as an example for me, money scripts, grew up very poor, single mum, oldest of 4 kids. And then you have these money scripts of like, money doesn't come easy. We can't afford that, these sorts of things. And if you don't unwrite them, they are just, the program goes, the programs create the thoughts create the actions, and the actions create the reality. So when it comes back to fear, I mean, like all I've done is train myself to perceive it as a positive thing. And I'm like, as soon as I feel it, I go do it. It's like, all right, I'm scared of that. I'm going to like exposure therapy. I'm going to go do it. And then you realize it ain't scary, because the thing that was scary was the story that you told yourself that would happen after you did the thing. That's actually what's scary. The like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but maybe you're scared because you think you'll stand up and everyone will think you're a dummy and laugh at you, right?
Yeah. It's just,
that's not true. That's never happened. You just made up that story.
Yeah. And by doing it, you learn. When you do it once and nothing goes wrong, you're like, oh, and then, but it's still there a bit, and then you do it again, nothing goes wrong, and again, nothing goes wrong, and again, nothing goes wrong, and you learn. You just logically learn. And also for me, I've realized again through doing it, that still sometimes I'm a little bit nervous, but I've learned that the minute I go and I start talking or I start presenting or something, within 3 to 7 minutes, you forget that you were nervous in the first place. It's quite interesting, so it's just exposure therapy.
And unpacking, like when it happens, going, like playing it out in your head. Okay, what if they do laugh at me? What happens?
Yeah.
Like do I actually care? Do you know what I mean? Like playing out the scenario of what happens after that.
Yeah.
So what else scares you then?
What else scares me? One thing that scares me is well, probably loads of things. Well, one thing that scares me is getting older, because I've got friends and clients that are ahead of me that are 10 years younger than me. And I'm also a bit scared of getting married and having kids as well, because I feel like it will take away my time and energy and focus, and I won't be able to work as hard or as long as I want to. And I often question, but will it though? And I speak to different people that have kids and don't have kids and are married and aren't married. Everyone says different things, so I've reached no conclusion quite yet. But that scares me a bit, is just losing the ability, maybe a bit of freedom as well, because I really value, some of my biggest values are like efficiency and freedom and control. And I think I'd lose all three in certain scenarios. So that's a bit scary. And one thing that really scares me is getting to like 50 years old and people that are where I was have gone way further than me and I haven't, and having to face that reality and being like, I didn't go as far as I should have gone or could have gone, or I didn't go as big as I should have gone, and now I'm running out of time and stuff. And one thing that I've learned as well, when I first moved to Dubai, I had this energy for about 2 years where I would just work so aggressively and so long, like every goddamn day, and I was so all in. I think it's because I was in a place where I still didn't have everything that I wanted. But now I just can't seem to get back to that energy. I just don't. I have it still, but it's like 70% instead of 100%. And I just can't get back that hunger. And I'm like, shit, what if it keeps going down?
What is it? Do you think it's age related?
I don't know. I think some of it is because I've got everything that I wanted now. And the thing that drove me back then was I was scared of having to go home. I was scared of, some of this is irrational, but I'll tell you anyway. I was scared of going broke. I was scared of the business failing. I was scared of moving back in with my parents. I was scared of going home and, like failing, I guess. I was scared of not achieving my goals and dreams. So that drove me. That really, 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 really drove me. But now I'm in a better position, so that doesn't drive me as much, if at all, anymore. So what drives me now is more fun and happiness, and just having fun building more now. It's more abundance fun rather than scarcity fun.
Do you think you're happier now?
Oh, definitely.
Loaded question.
Definitely.
Yeah.
God, by far, man. Yeah, by far. Like, money does make you happy. It really does.
Buys the things that make you happy, right?
Yeah, it really does. It really does. You can buy freedom and control and choice, and I've got an impact and just more control, and it allows you to go after your dreams. So one thing that I just hired a private equity mentor. It was $250,000 for a year, and he's helping me build like a holding company that we're going to try and sell to private equity in the future. It's like a bigger thing, but I couldn't have done that without the capital and the time. So I couldn't even play at that level without being able to do that. So stuff like that, it unlocks new levels.
Let's talk about money dials, because are you familiar with that terminology, like a money dial?
No.
I don't know if it's like a remit safety thing or something, but it's like, where do you like to spend your money? And like, not spending money for the sake of having money, but purposefully putting money and money's energy into the shit that makes you happy. So I saw on your social media, as an example, I think had you just paid 18.5K for somebody to live here and whip you every day to make sure you fucking work out?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Is that a money dial? And what's that about?
Yeah, I mean, again, like I really like to use money to solve problems where possible, and that is a great use of money. That is a bloody great use of money. A year ago, and I met this fitness guy, and he was saying to me, "Will, I want to do this thing where I go and live with entrepreneurs, but I don't really know how to do it, or frame it, or get the clients, or who to go after, or what to charge." And I was helping him with it, and then he was like, "Would you ever buy something like this?" And I was like, "Well, actually, I actually would." And so he accidentally closed me, and he was like, "Well, why don't we do it? And I'll give you a little bit of a discount and stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, you know what? Let's do it," because I've really neglected my health for a very long time. I've smoked cigars, drank alcohol, eaten bad food for many, many years. And I try my hardest, with a treadmill desk, and I do go to the gym, but I don't really know what I'm doing. I thought, man, let me just try and solve this problem once and for all and go all in. So yeah, I paid him $18,500. He moved in on, today's Saturday, he moved in on Monday, or today's day 6. And every morning he gets me up at 7, we do stretching, we do breath work. Then we have the first meal of the day and I'm allowed to work for a while. Then we go to the gym and then just do all this crazy stuff like all day. And that's one way that I like to use money, is to do these extreme things, because I've found that sometimes when you do extreme things, you actually get extreme results as well off the back of it. So that's one cool thing. But yeah, most of my money, I probably live on about 2% and invest probably about 98%. I actually don't like spending money unless I'll happily invest it, but I don't like spending it. No.
I find as well, money allows you to compress time, right?
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh yeah.
mine is my money dials: convenience, VIPs, like great experiences, like very unique experiences, and compressing time. Like if I can, time to me is my most valuable asset, and because it's finite. So whenever I can compress time, like learning things, there's levels to the game, right? It's like when I first started business, you got to buy the courses and watch the free YouTubes. Now, when I find somebody who can teach me shit, how much do you cost, sir, to teach me this shit very, very fast? That's it. Like I'm condensing time, and then that just, like, I find compounds over time.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I've found that as well. I probably one of my worst traits is massive impatience. I hate waiting. I bloody hate waiting. Yeah, I just hate it. So if I can spend money on getting somewhere faster or easier, like, have you had the police escort here in Bali?
I have not had the police escort here.
It's the best thing ever.
Was it fast?
Fucking fast. Like my girlfriend, they go so fast, my girlfriend gets travel sick. They're all like weaving in and out and like going down.
Yeah.
There's massive queues of traffic. They're just fucking dart down the other one-way road. It's quite fun actually, but it saves a lot of time. Shit like that, and it's kind of fun, but it's a very good use of money, I think, to save time. Yeah.
And so with your business at the moment, you said that you have started paid ads.
Yeah.
Does that because you want to scale?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What are you spending at the moment on paid ads, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so we turned them on 21st of June.
Yeah.
And we've not spent a lot. We've spent about, in British pounds, about £18,000.
Yep.
And we've made about 190 back.
Fuck yeah.
So far. So we're about 8x, 9, I think 8x, 9x profitable. It's the most profitable ads I've ever seen or ran in my entire career so far. So it's pretty mad. It's pretty mad.
Why do you think it's working? Like, tell me what's happening. You got an ad, you're sending it to what? Why? Because that is quite good. Are you doing lead gen, like book a call funnel?
Yeah, so it's Facebook and Instagram, like selfie video ads.
Yeah.
To an opt-in VSL calendar thank you page. And the numbers are really weird because I wish I had the numbers to show you, but our close rate is 9%, which is like one of the lowest close rates I've ever seen.
That might be the lowest I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I just brought on a client that's at 11% on hundreds of thousands of dollars of ad spend. That is low.
Yeah, it's very low.
But
you're
profitable.
The reason we're so profitable is because the cost per sale is about 2.1k in British pounds, and the AOV is about 14k. So because our prices are so high, and we do this thing, so we've got 3 programs, right? Group is 5k a month, One-to-one is 10K a month, and done for you is 15K a month.
Mm-hmm.
I actually said I wasn't going to say the prices on a podcast, but fuck it, I've said it now. So
We can edit it out. Tell me later if you want it out.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And basically, we do this thing where if you pay for 2 months on day one, you
Yeah.
get one free.
Yeah.
If you pay for 3 months on day one, you get 2 free, and on and on. And most people go for the 3 for 2. So if they join the Done For You program, it's 30 grand day one. Or if they join the one-to-one program, it's 20 grand day one. So the LTV is just fucking massive. And it's just like, it's not uncommon for customers to spend 20, 30, 40, 50K with us. And it's costing us about 2 grand to make a sale.
And is that with your newbie market, or are you bringing in the other, and they're dropping that from ads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of them are not one cold closes.
I was going to say, what's the lead to sales time?
A lot of them is like 2 to 3 cold closes. Sometimes I've got to get on WhatsApp and voice note them, and on occasion call them and stuff. So it's not, but it's a pretty small sales cycle, because we've only been running ads for 6, maybe 7 weeks now. And to be at that level, I've never seen that level of cash collected before that fast on brand new ads to a brand new unoptimized funnel. But it's just the LTV. You know, if we were selling a 5K program, would be 2x or below. So it's just the LTV that's driving the profitability. Yeah.
And what ads are you running? Like, in terms of, is it just selfie videos? Are you doing anything else?
Just selfie videos. Yeah, it's just me walking around this room on my phone, talking about this Unscalable Consulting thing. And the new model that we are kind of teaching now is basically the smallest team that you possibly have, doing a lot of the consulting yourself, as much stuff as you can yourself to limit your team and keep the margin as high as possible. Mainly, like, I would say of all the money we make, about 80% of it is from YouTube. So it's very heavily weighted to have a YouTube channel, make high trust videos, you know, so that's a big component of it. So heavy on organic, a little bit of paid ads, high recurring high ticket pricing, like we do, paid monthly. That's kind of the model that we're teaching and operating right now, and it works really well.
Maybe part of the message, because whenever something is different, that's when I can, like, there's like certain ingredients that when I work with a client, or even before I bring them on, I need to like know, because I've done it maybe like 1,000 times. So it's like, I have a gut feeling. So it's like, if I can find something different, there's a certain type of target market, a certain type of messaging, a certain type of authority. So for you, you would have something called a proven repeatable system, proven for you, repeatable for others. And there's like all of these ingredients that I know when people have them, it fucking hits. And then you would have social proof, and then you would have like a micro step offer, which would be like, yeah, anyway, I won't go into it, but show me your funnel. I'd love to see it. I love looking at funnels and stuff. That'd be cool to see. With your YouTube, do you think you'll keep doing that? Like, because some people that I talk to, it's a bit of a labor of love sometimes, right? Like, even today, before I came and saw you, I was shooting my YouTube video because I got makeup on today, and that's the day to do it. But I had to, like, you got to like think of it. You got to package it properly. Like, when I first started, my videos were good, but I didn't package them properly. So 200 people were watching them, 20 people were watching them, right? Like, you got to play the game to an extent, unlike ads. You can pay and it can do the thing.
Yeah, well, this is one of the mistakes that I made in my old business. Was I did organic for the first 2.5 years. And then I started running ads. And back then, God, we were profitable. Like, my God, so profitable and so fast. And then I just was like, oh, well, fuck organic then. And I went all in on ads. And that company from then on was like 95% paid ads. And that bit us in the ass a little bit in the end. Because when the ads were, because we were spending so much money on ads, I wished I'd prioritized organic more. So that's why I started only organic with this business first. And I was like, right, I'm going to build such a solid, I call it an organic foundation first. Then we'll put a bit of ads on top and kind of do it the opposite way. So I'm very conscious with ads. Don't get comfortable. You know, yes, they're mad profitable, but just the organic is the foundation. And also YouTube is a big nurture mechanism for the ad leads as well. You know, so the close rate's low now, but I know these leads that are in the system over time, they'll see the retargeting ads, they'll watch the YouTube videos, they'll watch the podcasts, and they'll buy in the future. So I'm aware of the importance of organic, you know, for for sure. And organic is really important. So YouTube, I find it fun, and I hope that I find it fun for a long time to come. Because the day that I don't, I will probably stop doing it. Because fun is very important to me now, and I don't like doing things that I don't want to do, So I hope that I keep loving it for a long time to come. Yeah.
And not letting it become a chore. For me, it's become a chore when I'm like, fuck, if I don't make this video, we probably won't bring in any clients. Do you know what I mean? So when you're in that space now where it's like, now I'm very blessed. I get to choose clients. Like I can knock back big deals because it doesn't align with my vibe or like what I want to do. And I think like now it's fun again, right? It's like exciting for me to want to do.
Yeah, you've just got to keep it fun. Like we were just saying, when you've got that abundance energy and you just, that's always the best videos. They come when you're just loving it and having fun and you want to make it and you're excited about it. That's where the best videos come from. It can't always be like that. That's just life. But yeah, I really find it fun. I've always loved making the videos, and it just helps the business so much, so it's win-win.
How do you think, what are the biggest ways that your mindset is different to now versus maybe 5 years ago?
Well, 5 years ago, there was a lot of worry. There was a lot of, fear. There was a lot of, will this carry on? Can I really do this? Will it last long term? So back then I was just driven more by scarcity and fear, really. Whereas now I'm more driven by abundance and choice and fun, and now it's just more about playing the game for fun, really.
Do you think you could have gotten to where you are now if you were building not from a place of fear, but from love and abundance? Or do you think that you had to have that drive to be able to, like, because some people might watch this and go, well, that's nice for you to say, Will, but you're worth 8 figures and fuck you. Like, I need to figure this out.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, do you think people can build something big from scratch without it?
Definitely. Because I did, I think in the beginning, I think you've just got to brute force it. You've just got to just do everything you've got to do, everything that you can, learn to solve problems. If you can't solve a problem, just go to a coach or a mentor to get it solved. And just to get to your first, maybe like in terms of net worth, just to get to your first 1 or 2 million, just got to fucking go. Just go and don't stop. Just go bloody hard. And then when you get to, 2, 3, 4, 5 mil, then you can start to invest it and kind of chill a bit more and go in a bit more of a fun direction and start choosing your clients rather than working with everyone. At the start, you've got to take anyone.
Yep.
And then when you get further ahead, you get more choosy, higher price, you learn more. So yeah, we've both done it, to start from nothing. So it can be done. It's just more brute force when you start, I think. Yeah.
I think that's something that people forget. And I've definitely done it, that there's levels to the game, right? And you see people that are so much further ahead than you, and you start to mimic that behavior, but you forget that behavior is because they're on a certain level, and you're not playing on that level. And I've made that mistake so many times. The easiest example I can give is just people copying Alex Hormozi's content. And it's like, yeah, but what are his overheads for his content team, right? I know a lot of the guys that work there or used to work there, and it's like, that's a whole operation. And so for you, I don't think you do any other social media channels, right? It's like you're kind of on Instagram, but you do YouTube.
Yeah.
And conventional wisdom would be do them all, be everywhere.
No.
What other conventional wisdom do you spit on?
Oh yeah. Well, this is, this whole 5-day personal brand challenge thing that I'm building right now.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of that is just about all the stuff that you don't have to do. You don't have to have a content team. You don't have to have a goddamn, come on, content director. You're a fucking idiot if you have one of those. Come on, pull yourself together. You don't have to have fancy equipment. You don't have to have a pop, there's so much shit that you don't have to do. You just need to make simple, valuable content and post it regularly and share value. And that's what I want to help people to realize. is just to keep it simple and keep it fun. Basically, that's what I think I would say. Yeah.
And even like Alex Hormozy 5-10 years ago can't hit his standards now because there's levels to the game.
I'm going to use that. That was really good.
All right.
That was really good. I
I'll
like
have
that.
to charge you a royalty whenever you take any of my
Yeah,
one-liners.
that's really good.
But that's
Yeah.
the thing, right? Like he wouldn't have done that. And me, where I am right now,
Yeah.
like I didn't even know what to do. I didn't have the resources to do it. I had to get in the arena
Yeah.
to unlock it. One of my last questions for you, because you have a really lean team,
Yeah.
and conventional wisdom is hire, 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 grow, grow, grow. And that's one of the things that make me sick about a traditional agency model is it's like a lot of people get a big boner over how many people they've hired, right? Like, oh, I've got a team of 50. And I'm like,
I don't understand that.
yeah, that sounds fucking gross. Like, are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Like, why is that a good thing? And then I'm like, bro, I know you're not taking home as much as me.
Yeah.
Like, I know what's going on behind the scenes. Like, I can crunch the numbers on your little operation.
Yeah.
So yeah, with hiring, who do you hire? How do you hire? How do you know who to hire but still stay profitable?
Yeah, I just want to touch on that point that you made there because it's so strange. People brag about having massive teams. People brag about spending a lot on paid ads. People brag about getting lots of views or subscribers. But you actually don't need any of that stuff. You actually don't even need paid ads at all. You do not need barely any team at all. Like we got to like 600K a month with a team of me, 2 closers and a VA. 600K a month with like 4. So you really don't need it. And you don't need to do, just because everyone does a scalable group program, you don't need to do that. Just because everyone runs ads, you don't need to do that. Big team, you don't need to do that. Fancy videos, you don't need to do that. Just do the simple foundational stuff. And now that I've told you that, I forgot the question. What was the question again?
The question was, I was only like, I forgot the question, but the question was like thinking about who to hire and when.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I fuck that up all the time. Like hire the wrong people. Don't think about the JD. Don't think about, do I even need that person? I just get overwhelmed and I think that the solution is bring in a person. And then I very quickly realized that I was solving the wrong problem and I was throwing bodies at the problem.
Definitely. Well, one thing that I've learned is one great hire can do the job of 2 to 3 bad hires. And I've learned that through sales reps and support people and coaches as well. God, one great person can blow up a business. It can really take you from 1 to 300K a month, sometimes more, with one great hire. So I'm very, very, very careful who I hire. And man, I try and do as much as I can actually myself, which I know it goes against the rules of buy back your time, outsource stuff, work as little hours as you can. People brag about that. I think that's really fucking stupid as well. If you love what you do, you want to work all the time.
Exactly.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think people just use that word work wrong. I think sometimes there's nothing wrong with working 12 hours a day if you love it. And it sounds like you really...
It energizes you.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem when I was doing the other business model scaling. It didn't energize me.
Yeah.
And I was just fucking tired all the time, right? And it's like now Matt is peeling me away from my computer because all I want to do is play funnels.
Me too.
Like I just fucking love it. And then all I'm doing is like, and I've got that energy again, kind of like what you were saying, I lost it. It was like, I don't even feel like myself. And then it was just such a dumb epiphany where I was like, I just am not building the business how I want it.
100%.
Yeah, I'm being an idiot.
I could not agree more. Like I was meant to go to the beach this afternoon with my girlfriend, but I was like, oh man, I just got to do this 5-day challenge thing. I'm just so in the zone. I'm fucking loving it, and it just feels like play, you know. And I just want to do it all the time. So.
In saying that though, because yes, same, but how do you make sure that you're not sacrificing your relationship with your girlfriend and balancing that, right? Because if you do that too many times, then she's like, guess what? You're single and you can do this all the time now. Congratulations.
I know. I know. It's hard. I mean, she's pretty understanding. I've pushed her to the limit sometimes. She's pretty understanding. I just do like, God, I think Sam Ovens would call it like minimum viable relationship.
Okay.
MVR.
Talk sexy to me about your minimum viable relationship.
I'm like, what's just above the least? Look, sometimes it's all about seasons and balance. You
Yeah.
know, sometimes I have loads of free time
Yeah.
sometimes, and I'm like, let's do loads of stuff. Sometimes I'm like, you know, please, I'm in a season of work. Like, please just allow me to lock in. You know, and I'm really, we've got so much momentum right now that I'm just like so hungry and so fucking focused, and everything is working, everything's going well. And one thing that's been on my mind recently, I did a mastermind a couple of months ago, and I was talking to one of the attendees, and he was like, Will, are you scaling? I was like, no, I don't want to scale. I'm just chilling. I'm happy. I'm just having fun, making good money. He was like, yeah, but edges don't last forever. The market changes, things change, platforms change, people change. And he was like, dude, you should press your edge whilst you've got it. And I left that mastermind. I went into that mastermind being all like furry and fun and chilled and happy. I came out so aggressive. I was like, shit.
Mad dog.
Like,
Yeah.
you've got to fucking go, because I've only got an edge for so long. That lit a fucking fire under my ass.
That's
Then
fucking good.
I hired the operations director to run the paid ads funnel. He came over here. We built everything in 3 days, wrote the copy, filmed the ads, built the funnel, turned it on. And now we're so profitable. He's like, yo, let's fucking go. Let's hire more reps and scale. And we are. So I just feel like we've got so much momentum. When you've got that, like right now, we're getting as many buckets as we can, because I just feel like money is just flowing. It's just appearing every day.
And as long as it's energizing you, right? And you
Yeah.
don't start going off course
Yeah.
to like what you had said that you'd done before, where you fucking hate it.
Yeah.
As long as you're like, yes. And if you want to be a billionaire, you're gonna have to put in a little bit of work probably. So yeah, I love that. Because even it's weird. This is like a theme of my week. We're talking to one of my media buyers. He's like, we've got a winning ad. Like, we got to flog it. None of this like conservative scaling shit. You know, like put money into it. So it's like when you've got the edge, because it doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, that's one big thing that I've learned. Like, when you've got
really
momentum, it doesn't come often. I've had momentum, I think, twice in 7 years. Yeah, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, 8 years. I've probably had serious momentum 2 to 3 times in that 8 years. And when you've got it, you should really press it. So that's what we're doing right now.
I think that's like what we are coming into in ours. Like, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, because you have a lot more data than me, but I feel like for me, where I am in my business, like I'm starting to reap the fruits of my compounding. Like, I've finally done stuff long enough, and I have finally done it long enough without shiny object syndrome, that I'm like the compounding is finally paying off. And then I'm hoping it will, like, now I'm kind of formulating this thing, it'll move into momentum and then keep pushing, right? Because I think that's a thing that people struggle with, is they interrupt the compounding when because I'm very self-reflective, and I've done a lot of dumb shit, and it's like I can go back and see where I've interrupted my compounding, which means I've never got momentum. And if you interrupt the compounding, this like edge and momentum, I can see it in a little diagram in my brain.
Yeah, definitely. I always think about that. I'm like, everything compounds. You know, that's why I wanted to sort my health out, because I was smoking cigars a little bit more, drinking a tiny little bit more, and I could see it going the wrong way, you know. And I was like, I need to fix this now and take action. It's the same with the ads right now. We're like, we've got to go. Like, let's fucking go all in fast now, and just do everything whilst we've got the momentum. So that's very important. When it comes around, drop everything.
Do you think there's a risk of you then doing this, scaling the business to something undesirable, and then having to pare it back, right? Because like with this money in buckets, yes, this logically makes sense, but it's like, what's on the other side of this? Are you going to end up with a bunch of staff and a bunch of people? I don't know. Like, I actually don't know. Like, what's going to happen? Have you thought about it?
We think about it a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
We think about it a lot, because I've made this mistake in the past. So we're thinking ahead in terms of, right, we think this fulfillment is going to break at about 900K a month. We know when it's roughly going to come, and we've got a solution. And especially with the team, we are very slow to hire, very careful to hire, very fast to fire. We know exactly what we want, you know, from past experience of bad hires. So it's the same problems, but we know roughly when they'll happen and what the solution is now. That's the difference. Whereas in the old business, I didn't know when they'd happen, and I didn't know the solution. So I was just fucked, basically. So that's the difference. So we think we can handle it now.
Yeah. Okay. Then the answer is you know what your choke point is. It's
Yeah.
you think you know. You'll find out.
Yeah.
It's 900K, and then it's this momentum thing, right? Well, if you know that's what it is, and you're happy to go there,
Yeah.
then fucking flog the momentum. Otherwise, you might not get this opportunity again. Is that the vibe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
listening.
Yeah. You might not get the opportunity again.
Mm.
So, because people are starting to copy this model, and I don't blame them either. It pisses me off, but I don't blame them.
Yeah, true.
And when something's working, they
People
generally
really
don't want to
take
make
action.
changes.
Yeah.
You know, and to be honest, I would say that if something's working, don't change it. Do more. I was saying this to a client yesterday. He was like, everything's working. What do we do now? I was like, spend more on ads, do more and better organic, blah, blah, blah. And I've done that with 2 or 3 people now. All 3 of them have immediately pivoted their businesses and offers and prices. And that's taught me, number one, it's a massive compliment. And it's taught me, wow, we've got something special here. So we better go hard now before everybody else does it. Because eventually everyone else will do it.
Of course.
And then we're fucked.
So then what's your opinion on how generous you should be sharing with your information and how secretive you should be with your like competitive moat? Because I have been thinking about the same thing. I've got some systems, but everyone thinks they got something fucking special.
Yeah.
And they usually don't, right? But some of our like tech or whatever, and just like the ways of thinking, because I've done it so many times. But I'm also very giving. Like if you said to me, Alicia, show me what you do, I would give it to you. And then like, no problem. Like absolutely. Like I want us all to win.
I'm the same.
What I want for myself, I want for everyone else. But I've definitely had times where I've like consulted with someone and it's even been free. Like I'm like, hey, like I'll jump on, I'll show you, and I'll show them my systems and they'll go and rip them and steal. Like, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know if you listen to like podcast Founders. Oh man, it's fucking good.
I think I've listened to a few.
I love it. And he like breaks down all the biographies and autobiographies and goes super deep.
Yes, I've.
Love it. And one of the big things that come from there is like move in silence. Don't share what's winning. Don't share what you're doing. But I don't know. What's your philosophy on that?
I want to share a story with you, right? So for this, I can't name names.
Okay.
But I had well, I still do. I mean, we're still friends. I had a friend who became a competitor, basically. And one day, and he'd given me a testimonial. And one day he WhatsApped me and he was like, hey, Will, I need you to delete the testimonial, please. I was like, why? And he was like, well, listen, like, technically we are competitors. We have a very similar offer in a very similar market. We had some customers that saw that and bought from you and not us. And we kind of want to just fix it, you know. And it made me very angry and very aggressive. And I was like, I'm going to fucking crush this guy. I'm going to I'm going to steal all this motherfucker's customers. And it just made me so angry and competitive. But I'm not usually like that. I'm pretty fucking soft. I'm pretty chilled. I'm pretty happy. But I do want to win, you know, and I want to have the best business. And I want to be the biggest guy and you know, I mean, who doesn't? Who wants to be not the best?
Yeah, if you're in business, you
Yeah.
got to play to win, right?
Yeah.
Not to rock up.
Kind of, yeah. So honestly, sometimes I'm in the mood of I don't care, I'll give everything away. Sometimes I'm in the mood of I'm going to murder everyone and be the number one and be the best. Most of the time I'm in the middle, generally, yeah.
So is the answer to try and be a category of one where no one can copy you because it's like you, right? Like I sometimes think about that for my business is like, there's other people you can work with, but you kind of coming to me because you want to work with me because of the personal brand that I've built, because of like that, right? But I don't know, what do you think?
I 20% agree with that, 80% don't, right? Because...
Okay. Thank you for kind of agreeing, but mainly not. Break it down. It's like shit sandwiching me, but in the percentages. Carry on.
Because I understand the category of one, and it's true because people buy people and we're all different. So people will buy from you because of you. I can never win. People buy from me because of me and you can never win. And we've all got that edge.
But there's a big middle ground of people who buy, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, the rest of, you know, the 80% is just the model. And you can copy the model. You can learn the model. You know, so one thing that has been one of my edges is making raw, talking head YouTube videos, unplanned, unscripted, shit thumbnails, pretty shit titles. And that's been one of my edges, but you can copy that. And some people have copied it and got bigger than me. And I've seen YouTube videos about them saying, oh, they made this style. No, they learned it from me, but they don't know that. So now I'm out of the picture and they're winning but really it was my edge. So you can copy the systems and processes and ways. So that stuff is not a competitive advantage, you know. So the category of one, it's true, but it's not a massive edge.
There's more of a formula to it, like more ingredients you need.
Yeah.
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 I'm going to start saying statements, and then I want you to tell me what percentage you agree or disagree. From now on, I'm going to say that to like everybody. Like, yeah, but like, what percentage do you agree and disagree? Like, how much do you think I was right there? I love that.
Oh, that's the way my brain works. I'm weird.
No, I love it. It's awesome. Okay, while the interrogation is nearly over, and I appreciate you so much, this has been awesome. A lot of my podcasts are usually online because I live in Bali, and there's not heaps of people here. There's enough here, there's good, but I haven't had a base here yet. I haven't met enough people, so it's been awesome to do this in person. There's a different energy, I think, when you do these in person versus online. A lot of the ones that I've done so far, because my YouTube's just been like me yapping about landing pages, but I've already known the person. I've met them in masterminds. We're already friends. I have a great network. So you already have that chemistry. And when you try and do it online and you've never met that person, I feel like, whereas like meeting now in person, like you can make like a good vibe, right?
Yeah.
So one of my final questions, because people always ask this question, what do you think is the best book you've ever read? I'm going to like hit home on a vanilla question, but it's like, what do you think is the best book you've ever read?
Yeah, of course. No, it's an easy answer. So the best book that I've ever read is the 3rd edition of the Mental Models series. It's like, I think it's actually like a textbook, but it's a whole book of systems and math and problem solving. It's like mental models. It's a whole book of mental models, but so much of it applies to funnels and ads and pricing and customer acquisition and scaling and LTV and investment. It's just the most useful and cool and intriguing book that I've ever read. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's good.
And if you could leave everybody that watches this, most people, only like the really cool people make it through to the end.
Yeah.
If that's you. Most people never make it to the end of a podcast.
Yeah.
What do you want them to take away from this conversation? Or is there like one thing that you would like to leave them on?
Oh, yeah. So if you want to enjoy your life, I would say you've got to do 3 things, right? You've got to make money, you've got to have fun, and you've got to help people. And if you do those 3 things, that to me is a great life.